Hello and welcome to Will Watches. This is Moon Knight episode 4. So we're finally here. Episode 4 is always the episode in the Disney Plus shows that stands out the most because it's kind of the climax of the story. So I'm expecting good things here. And I also have heard that this ending of this episode might be a little controversial. So I'm imagining there's some twist that wasn't quite received super well or something along that sort. I'm imagining it's probably a twist to do with his identity disorder because we do have this third personality maybe coming in here as well. So it's probably something to do with that along those lines. And of course we have this emotional twist, emotional reveal going to happen eventually if Layla finds out that maybe Mark was the one who killed her dad, or it's this like third personality. That's my kind of current theory, because it seems like Mark at least knows who did it because he seems quite guilty. He had some guilt on his face when they were talking about it before. So before we jump into this, be sure to check out the Patreon. Over there you can find a full-length timer-based version of the reaction where you can just watch along with me with your own footage. You can also find polls so you can vote for what's next, and you can find early access to shows and movies that aren't currently airing. So yeah, let's just jump right in.
Khonshu's retribution comes too late. Ahmed will light the path to good.
I've also seen a few theories saying that maybe the other gods are in on it with Arthur because they were really easily convinced last episode. They're kind of looking past a lot.
Amit was buried in secrets, the location hidden even from the gods.
It could also be at the end of this episode that Amit is actually unleashed. And does Mark and Steven have access to their suits at the moment if Khonshu has been imprisoned in this stone statue now? And there's other gods here as well. He has a bit of a collection. So you have all of these gods gone against them, or are they purposefully trapping some of these other gods who are working against their plans? This music is great.
Wake up! Come on! Wake the hell up!
Still hasn't woken up. Yeah, just roll him down the hill to get away from them. Oh, they're gonna leave him because they think he's dead. I don't know why they didn't check in the truck. Maybe they thought it was locked. Oh, can she throw that onto all of those bullets that they had just sitting there? Oh, she's left the flare there, but she's gone herself, right? That's smart. Yeah, straight onto those. Oh, and now he's up.
You guys made a deal that he would just disappear from my life.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that maybe I should have been made aware of that.
Hadn't he disappeared from your life already?
Yeah, but now he's back again, so it's just repeating it over and over again, pouring salt in the wound. Wherever Amit's tomb actually is, it should be quite obvious if Arthur is like excavating that site, right?
Let's check for supplies.
This is pretty deserted here. Has Arthur already done what he needs to do? Or have they realised this is the wrong spot?
Without Khonshu, there's no more suit, no more healing, no more power.
Yeah, so no more suit either.
I've been in situations like this before.
Yeah, he's putting himself at a lot of risk.
Same body, isn't it?
Yeah, technically, if Mark can do it, then Steven can do it too. But he just needs the confidence to be able to do it, I guess. And I guess he doesn't have the same knowledge either.
Oh, you're in love with my wife? I appreciate your concern, mate. I really do.
I think Layla likes Steven a bit more now as well. We see last episode there was a few shots of her, like when she was looking at him, she looked quite into him, I guess. She like appreciated his intelligence. Is that blood?
You smell like him. I mean, why wouldn't you? Right?
Yeah, of course. Oh.
From Khonshu. That's why he's been pushing you away. Thought you deserved to know.
Yeah, she does. At least she knows there's a reason now, I guess.
What I need is honesty.
Oh, there's honesty here now that she knows. I can't tell how she feels actually, because she leant in for it before, but now she's more conflicted. This is a difficult situation. I thought this would have happened more towards the end of the episode, right at the start, than right at the start like this.
Oh, shit!
Mark could get control just for a little bit there to get the punch in.
I can't even...
He's nerding out here.
It's for my father. He would have loved to be here.
Is Stephen going to piece it together? Because the police said to him about the archaeologist.
What would they be shooting at?
Oh, so they'd been down here and were shooting at something.
Our final avatar was a pharaoh.
For bloody Pharaoh.
Did the pharaoh use Amit's avatar to like get into power like that?
Point here is hearing, smell, touch.
Yeah, look at how she loves his knowledge.
It's the tongue.
The avatar would be Amit's voice.
That makes sense. I was trying to figure out where it would be, where they would be trying to go. I was thinking towards the center of the eye, like there'd be a room there, but the tongue, the voice. Yeah, there's blood everywhere. So Arthur's people have been here and have been attacked or double-crossed or something.
Is that fresh blood? In little chunks of meaty bits.
Yeah, it's all fresh.
I'm just saying what I see, and
So it's like a body's been dragged along. See, that looked like a hook with blood on it, and I know they used to like hook into the nose to pull the brains out. I wonder if that was what that was. Like, it's that table where they'd perform the mummification, basically, preparing the body for mummification.
it's like a freshly filled canopic jar.
And there's a hand.
What are they shooting at?
They're fighting something. Oh, that's the police officer guy. Is this like a reanimated mummy? Oh, this is definitely the darkest and most gruesome scene I've seen in like a Disney Plus show. Maybe even the whole MCU. Like ripping open a body like that. We're not actually seeing anything, but we're seeing like the guts being pulled out after. You know, it's all kind of out of frame. I'm just ready for a jump scare. Steven might have to make some noise to protect her. He's got to give Mark control here, come on. If this thing sees him. They're all just playing back and forth, trying to distract it. Are there going to be more of these things though? Or is it just the one protecting this place? Ooh. Oh, is it through there? Or there's more of them? It's so dark, it's kind of hard to see. Is it just in the shadows? Ooh. There's little holes in the wall where it tries to peek through. Ooh. This show loves to do the people being dragged, it feels like. They did it with the jackal in episode 1. Oh, his hand straight off. So it's quite fragile, but it's very strong. Oh yeah, using that sharp bone to like try and stab her. Yeah, so it's kind of like mummified. Ooh, burn it right in its eye. Shove it off down into the hole, yeah. She fell down there as well. Okay. Okay. That fully looked like she fell off there. It like held on the ledge for a bit. We didn't see her hand holding onto that ledge.
No way, that's not right. That can't be right. That's Macedonian. I think we're looking at the long-lost tomb
I just got chills.
of Alexander the Great.
Alexander the Great.
You handled that beautifully.
So condescending.
Scarab. Isn't that what your father used to call you?
Oh, he knows about the father.
Achieved their judgment by revealing to me moments of sin.
So he can kind of see into people's lives when he does that.
He still hasn't told you the truth.
About the death.
Obviously dying too.
Scales do not lie.
But Arthur could be lying here. I don't think he is, but he could be.
Where's the Ushab team? Oh, well, I mean, if you're going to hide it for all eternity, you'd probably put it in a place where...
In the body or something.
Alexander was the voice of Ahmed.
So it's in the mouth. I'm worried that this body is going to, like, come alive like that other mummified monster was.
Saying then, Mark was one of them.
You said it.
Did she kind of suspect that anyway?
Scared of details. Handmade. Made by his daughter, perhaps?
Maybe this is a question, did Mark know her before he killed him? Or did Mark feel guilt after killing this guy or being around the people that killed this guy and then seek out his daughter, apologize to her or something like that?
I'm talking to you, Mark!
Or switched over?
Come on, let's go. No, we have to go right now.
Mark!
Layla, we have to go right now.
What?
They talk about it once they're safe.
Abdullah al-Fuli.
Of course not. Of course I didn't.
So it wasn't him, but he was there when it happened still and kept it a secret.
My partner got greedy and he executed everyone at the dig site. He shot me too. I was supposed to die that night, but I didn't die that night.
Did Conchu save him that night? Was that the night it happened?
I've tried to tell you since the moment we met.
Yeah, like how can you tell someone that is difficult to say, but you kind of have to do it?
Just had a guilty conscience.
Yeah, he was just trying to make amends. He felt guilty.
Go, find it. I'll hold them off.
And he Mark's the more competent fighter here. Oh, they've already surrounded him. Yeah, there's no fighting his way out of this.
You have a very important decision to make.
Yeah, he's gonna choose to fight. Of course he is. Oh, this is really bloody. They must. Ooh, there's pretty bad shots as well. It wasn't just like just in his side and he can recover from it. That looked like very close to his heart. And there's no chance of the healing because Conchu is wherever he is. Layla can't find Conchu and free him quick enough to save him, right? What is this? Like an old TV show? The aspect ratio. Supposed to be like Indiana Jones kind of thing.
You're Dr. Stephen Grant.
Maybe so.
Okay.
B-22. B-22. Anyone got B-22?
She's the police officer who works for Arthur.
Be a bit happier if he called some blood.
Yeah, and that's the boss. Cupcakes as well. Is that supposed to be a reference to the van? And that's Conchu in episode 1, the cupcake delivery van that he drove. This looks like kind of like a mental health facility.
It's been 5 times this week.
And there's Layla. Okay, so this feels like it's a mental health facility and he's seen all these people and he's got this impression that, you know, he's put all these characters into this story that he's got in his head. He's got a little Moon Knight figure there. But I feel like this isn't actually the real world. What we have seen so far is the real world. There's no way that this whole show has been a fabrication in his head, right? There's no way. Yeah, this guy's also Harrow's goon. And then like the guy on the TV with Stephen Grant, his personality, so it's like he's picked up that personality or the name from the TV show.
It was fun to see that my old VHS player still worked.
And this is Arthur. Arthur is like his therapist or something.
But remember, you're only sedated because of your own behavior.
Oh, that he's got a cane.
Mark, we don't live in a material world. We live in a...
So this is actually Mark being the main personality and Stephen being made up. But Stephen is the explorer in that movie.
To me, this is a writing utensil, right?
And the Egyptian gods in the bottles behind him. If this is in his subconscious, is Arthur somehow in his subconscious influencing this? Or is this all just Mark's subconscious? Oh, that's the town he went to in episode 1.
I can't help you if you don't help yourself.
Yeah, there's no way that this is the actual real world. Unless this is the actually in the actual real world and Arthur is like staged this whole thing. But I don't think so.
Be gentle with him. Don't hurt him, all right?
Mark's got the fighting skills. The whole building is like moving. The sarcophagus. Something's trying to escape. Is that... That's Stephen. Yeah, this has to be all in his head then, in his subconscious. I wonder how they filmed this. This is great. Them both being there. Is this the third personality? Stephen came out of that sarcophagus. Is that another one trapped away? Oh, all of these doors, all of the different personalities trapped away, you know? A big hippo? Is that must be like an Egyptian god of some sort, I guess. Okay, so that was Moon Knight episode 4. That was definitely like all in his subconscious there at the end. So it feels like next episode will be kind of a more meta, maybe like character analysis for Steven/Mark. And then of course there's this other sarcophagus for this mystery third personality that we've seen had killed all of those people before. He's only been unleashed once. So I'm wondering where this goes next episode. There's this giant hippo lady who I assume is one of the gods. I'm not sure which god what this hippo represents. But I think what they wanted us to think was that this whole situation, like the first 3 episodes, was like a fabrication in Steven's mind. That's kind of what this Arthur here was saying. You know, he'd made up this Stephen Grant personality from seeing Stephen Grant on this TV show, but that doesn't exactly line up because the Stephen Grant on that TV show is more like Mark's personality than it is Stephen's personality. So there's a little bit of like a continuity error there. Not like in the terms of the show, but in terms of this fabricated reality that they're in. And this does feel like it's in his head. I did think for a bit maybe Arthur had like manipulated all of this, but I don't really see a reason why Arthur would go through all of that trouble when he just like tried to kill him, you know? Yeah, we'd seen all of these recurring characters that we'd seen throughout the show in this like mental health facility. So it was supposed to be he had imprinted these like characters into this fabricated story. This ending is obviously like a big moment, but the rest of the episode was still really good as well. Really dark and creepy actually, this episode, and I think it might have the most gruesome moment maybe in the entire MCU where we see like a bit of someone's like intestine or something being dropped by this monster. That is definitely the most gory thing we've seen. You know, I think apart from that, it's kind of the implied beheading or the implied killing with John Walker in episode 4 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So I feel like this is the most gruesome thing we've seen in the whole of the MCU potentially. And it was really suspenseful and just dark. That moment was really great when Layla was kind of hiding from this monster. I'm not really sure what to call it. It looked kind of like a mummified body that had been like reincarnated. So I did think when Mark was reaching into the mouth of Alexander the Great, I was thinking that maybe that would come awake as well with how Arthur said wake up. I thought he was like activating that somehow. So in terms of consequences for the real world, I don't think Mark and Stephen are dead. I think what's going to happen is they will have to go on this little like personal journey next episode in this like mind palace subconscious place, and they'll have to get out of there somehow and then wake up back in the real world healed, maybe like in a hospital. Layla managed to get him to a hospital or something, or maybe Arthur actually got him to a hospital because Arthur is all about Amit's judgment, right? So would he just kill someone randomly like that if Amit is unsure if they're worthy or not still? I don't know. He might see that as like I'll shoot you to get you out of the picture, but then I'll try and heal you again because Amit still hasn't judged you yet, and I'm not going to kill anyone that Amit hasn't judged as unworthy. And it feels like next episode Stephen and Mark are going to have to work together to try and escape this place. I feel like escaping is either going to come at they will both have to make a compromise, or it could be something where they have to escape by dying in this world, so they have to like do like a suicide thing to get out and back into the real world. And then of course there's the whole thing with the third personality. Maybe he will finally be introduced next episode, or they have to come to terms with him. We found out this episode more about Layla's dad, and that it wasn't actually Mark, it was Mark's partner who got too greedy. But part of me feels that Mark's partner could still be this third personality, and that is why Mark has like locked him away for so long. And it was like this third personality who's kind of like this evil personality. He's really greedy, he's really violent, as we've seen. Maybe that could be the case. And that was just a great moment, Layla like confronting him. Mark took over. I don't think Steven like gave him control. Mark just took over because it was like important in that moment. And we saw it was funny when Mark like punched Steven as well after the kiss. That was funny. So he can still have a bit of control, it seems, even if he's like in the back rooms, whatever you want to call it. If it's really important, he might be able to just like take control. And then speaking of the kiss, you know, we have seen in the previous episode, there were moments where Layla was kind of looking at Steven, and I was thinking, okay, she seems to like Steven a bit. And then she lent him for the kiss, but he revealed this information. It seems there's a bit of conflict there, because when he lent him for the kiss, it seems like she regretted it a bit. So there's definitely conflict in this relationship. Obviously, she's married to Mark, but Steven is the same body. You know, it's very complicated, isn't it? But one thing I did like about it is that the kiss came at this like mundane moment. It wasn't like Steven had to do something heroic to earn the kiss. It was just kind of there in that moment. He kind of got it for being himself, I guess. It wasn't like this earned thing for him. You know what I mean? He didn't have to like perform this really heroic thing to earn the kiss. It was just kind of natural, I guess, because it feels like in a lot of superhero shows and things like that, characters, they kind of have to earn the woman, and it's like the woman is the prize for doing all of these heroic things almost sometimes. But here she was just into him because of him. It wasn't like, oh, he's just saved her life and he's become super macho and heroic. She liked him for his like intelligent kind of dorky side, you know. She didn't like him because of the reason she likes Mark. It's almost they're like opposites, right? But she liked Mark before, and now she likes Steven, the more kind of emotional, more intelligent side, you know? I think that's everything for this episode. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, consider leaving a like or a comment. If you really loved it, be sure to subscribe. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.